Royster takes over at third base for Oberkfell as we move to the 7th inning. Skip Carey and Ernie Johnson with you now. And Bob Melvin will lead it off. He'll be followed by Uribe and then probably a pinch hitter. They have Ron Davis, a veteran right-handed pitcher, loosing in their bullpen. Mailer's first pitch. Strike, 0-1. And there's Davis, who's been in both leagues.
They're getting all their new ones in there in a hurry, aren't they?
Yes. There's a bouncer slowly to third. I don't know if Royster can throw him out. He does on a good play. Jerry Royster on a do or don't, and he did, and he took a base hit away from Melvin. Nice play.
A swinging bunt down the third baseline, but Melvin's a catcher. He doesn't run well at all. That squatting back there takes it out of you. Royster barehanded the ball. It's the only way he could have made the play. Got him by half step. One away.
Now Uribe, and a quick pitch is over. 0-1. They have Nixon in the on-deck circle, and the curveball is in there. 0-2. Donnell Nixon will pinch hit. The 0-2 pitch is bounced towards short. Thomas smoothly throws him out. Good play. Threw him out from the hole. Donnell Nixon, the brother of Otis Nixon. Right-handed batter, 26 years old, born up here in Evergreen, North Carolina, 6'1", 185. Mailer delivers a curveball, popped him up. What an easy inning for Rick Mailer. Perry, 1, 2, 3, you're out. And we go to the bottom half of the 7th. The fans stand. It's a easy game to this point for Atlanta, 8-3. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. There's the new shortstop for the Gents, as they used to call him, Chris Spire, taking over for Uribe. And Ron Davis is a new pitcher. You can see his AAA numbers. He's been around. He's been with the Yankees. He was with Minnesota. Big, tall string bean who comes sidearm. And he'll face Gerald Perry, who's had a perfect night. A sacrifice fly and an RBI. Single RBI, single RBI. Davis is 6'4", 205. He'll be 33 in August. He had some great years as a late inning relief pitcher. With Minnesota, listen to these numbers. As he pitches, a strike. This was back in the early 80s. He had 22 saves, 30, 29, 25, all with the Minnesota Twins. He's had a good career outside. But last year he was with the Cubs, the Dodgers, and also in the minors with Albuquerque. Liner caught by Spire. Perry was not fooled. He lines to the shortstop. One down. Now Dale Murphy, who was hitless tonight, he was purposely passed. They passed him to get to Thomas, and Thomas hit the ball out of the ballpark. 3-run homer. That happened in the 3rd inning, an inning in which the Braves scored 4. They got 3 in the 4th. The curve is inside. 1-0. Well, did Josh and Paula have a good time on the trip?
Yeah, how was your vacation? Yeah, they did have a good time.
Yeah. Good vacation. Batteries were all charged. You can tell I'm just rip-roaring going here.
There you go. Mine are a little drained after the zoo and SeaWorld and the beach with Josh.
A lot of things to see out there. Great trip to make. A ball outside.
I'm not going to say that you've been at this for a long time and that you're a creature of habit, but on the charter out after our last game here, one of the stewardesses came by where you always sit with a cherry Coke, and there was nobody home to take care of it.
I heard Hal Galima.
He finally took one for the team. Yeah.
Found out it wasn't cherry Coke. It looks like cherry Coke. A walk to Murphy. So Murphy with his second walk. This was not intentional. Here's Andres Thomas, who struck out, hit a 3-run homer and grounded out. To be followed by Deion James. Davis kicking the mud out of his cleats. Murphy's at first. 1 out and a pitch. Beauty. Curveball. 0-1.
I guess you watched every game and came to the conclusion that we were absolutely sensational.
You know, I watched every inning and listened to every pregame radio show.
And we got every jackpot in. I mean, what more can you ask?
I know. I might have missed a couple of innings. With golf, a little fishing.
So did we. Don't worry about it.
One ball, one strike. Well, I'll tell you, Bob Wessler had a good idea. He suggested this last winter. Everybody take a few days off.
And that's sort of unusual for him.
Yes. 2-1. Don McGuire followed through. I'll tell you one thing. When I watched on TV, that John Schmaltz might have the best breaking ball on the Braves staff. Boy, his curveball really breaks. It's sharp, cuts. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
It really is a different game, isn't it? Watching it on TV, that angle as opposed to this one.
Yeah. You can say anything you want. No one cares. You can squawk. 2-2. The Braves with a 5-run lead, batting in the bottom of the 7th. That was a tough series, really, in San Francisco. Oh, the pitching was good enough to win.
We missed you the whole time, but when I really missed you was opening radio, the second game of the doubleheader. Supposed to be 25 minutes between games. Try 41 minutes.
A lot of ad-libbing.
Oh, boy. But every promo got read at least twice.
Yeah. They call that fill. Fouled away. 2-2. James is on deck. Murphy's at first. A night game tomorrow, an afternoon game Sunday, a night game on Monday. They've changed their pitcher. Joe Price is going to pitch for the Giants on Monday night. They're saving Kelly Downs. There's a pop to second. Caught by Thompson. The Giants go from here to Houston.
And then to L.A.
Yeah. James is 0 for 3. Grounded out, struck out, and lined to third.
Boy, there's some good defensive second basemen in this league, aren't there?
Oh,
this guy is outstanding. Leaned, Alomar.
And the pitch. Had an interesting interview on radio today with Eddie Matthews, who's been working with a lot of these kids up at Greenville and around the minor league system for the Braves. He's very encouraged with some of the other position players. There's a bouncer up the middle. It's going to be fielded, and they get the force at second base and close it out again in the same manner as last inning. We go to the 8th inning. It is 8-3 Atlanta. We're going to the 8th, and here's Skip.
Okay, Ernie, thank you. And Brett Butler leads it on for the Giants. He's 1 for 3. Hit the first pitch of the game right out of here for his 4th homer of the year. but it's been all downhill from there for the Giants. Breaking ball for a strike. It's 0-1. Eight-3 Atlanta. Mailer deals. He ran up to bunt, took it low and inside. Rick is looking for his first victory, I think, since June 23rd, if I'm not mistaken, and here it is, his 35th birthday. He's got a base hit. He's got a complete game working. Looks like he's headed for a win. Ground ball sharply hit but foul. Braves' last game where they've had this kind of a lead was back on, I think it was the 5th of July in Philadelphia, that 10-5 win in the first game of a twilight doubleheader. It's either feast or famine in this game. Tonight it's the feast for Mailer. Lately it's been the famine. And just missed the inside corner. That's something it appears to me he's doing more of this year, is challenging the hitter with his fastball and coming inside with it.
Especially to left-handed batters, like he just did there.
The 2-2. Missed outside. 3-2. He has yet to walk a batter. He has struck out 4.
And the bullpen has been very quiet.
The 3-2. Sharply hit. Gant has it. Nice convenient hop. Bad throw. And Butler is on his way to second base. It's an error on Gant. He took that one a little too easy. It was such an easy play.
Did Perry get his feet tangled up?
Yeah,
I know this throw wasn't very good, but I thought that he might get out there and handle it. You see Perry's right foot was on the bag.
Looks like they both took it maybe a little too easy on that play.
All right, if he gets his left foot on the bag, he makes that play. But I think, as you said, Skip, they thought it was an easy out and didn't bear down.
Thompson flies to right. Butler heads for third. Look at that throw. He is safe. A great throw by Murphy. Made it much closer than anyone thought it would be. Boy, what a throw he made.
Murphy with a great arm makes this very close on a guy who runs well. Look at Murphy's reaction. He thought he might have had him. And he almost did.
The ump was right. He got in there, but it was close. Here's Will Clark. He struck out twice, doubled once. Let up. Boy, he's seen a lot of off-speed stuff. 0-1 is the count. Here's a guy who has a chance for huge numbers before his career is over. He runs pretty well. He's a good fundamental hitter with tremendous power. I mean, he's not doing bad already, but he's got 12, 15 years left in his career if he stays healthy. Let up, hit foul, pass first. That was Mailer's 100th pitch of the night. Clark looks like one of those guys you see on that graphic that as the weather gets hotter, so does he.
A lot of your good hitters perform that way.
Whereas it never gets really hot where he plays, does it?
No.
The 1-2. Fastball up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I think most pitchers feel that if they can get some pretty good numbers up in April and May, because the hitters really haven't adjusted. They're tougher to get out in July and August, and in September too.
And the 2-2 missed outside. 3-2. So now Mailer's got to come in with a payoff pitch to Will Clark.
I've seen some pitchers have a record like 8-4 by the All-Star break and end up 10-10 because they can't pitch in that second half.
The pitch swung a little bloop. It's going to fall for a hit, maybe a double. A run is in. Clark on his way to second. James has a little trouble corralling it, and he makes it easily. That may get the bullpen going. It's an unearned run, but the Giants will take it, and Clark has his second double of the night, his 25th of the year, his 85th RBI. This thing isn't over yet. It's 8-4.
This ball wasn't hit well, but it's still a base hit. He sliced it over third. James over to grab it. He bobbles it for a moment, but it makes no difference. It's going to be a double all the way, and Bruce Del Canton goes out to talk with him. And for the first time tonight, got some action in the Braves bullpen. It's Baver and Ossenmacher.
Kevin Mitchell is the batter. So the air has come home to roost. Runner at second, one out.
Maddox is having a tough time with the Cubs the second half.
He really is.
He just can't seem to get anybody out, and he had such a good first half.
I wonder if he pitched too many innings that first half.
Yeah.
The pitch outside, 1 ball, no strikes.
You can get a tired arm. In fact, Chris Carpenter, the youngster from out here in Gainesville, is on a disabled list at AAA level, and they say he has a tired arm. He's just thrown too much.
2 balls, no strikes.
And Bob Horner has tried to come back. He's taken a few swings, but he says his left shoulder is still hurting him, and he's been operated on. It was 2 months ago.
2-0, the count to Mitchell. Kevin steps out of the batter's box. Especially with young pitchers, you get that tired arm because they throw hard so much. Older pitchers have learned to change speeds. The 2-0. There's a strike over the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Mike Aldrete is next. It's an 8-4 ball game. We're in the 8th. Ernie Johnson, Skip Carey with you from the ballpark in Atlanta. 17,276 paid here. The 2-1. Caught the corner again. Mitchell doesn't think so. He storms at Gary Darling.
Well, let's see. Oh, that's all right. That was a strike. He thought it was low, but where it goes over the plate, it's around the knees.
The 2-2 pitch. Clark at second, 1 out, 1 in. Line, base hit, another run may score. Here he comes, blocker up, and he'll concede the run to keep the double play in effect, and it's 8-5. Well, let's see how far Russ Nixon goes. They're waving a hat down in the bullpen, down in the dugout, trying to see if the bullpen is ready.
That's their signal. They tipped the hat, and if down in the dugout they tipped their hat and Baver just took his off. In other words, he's saying, I'm ready if you need me.
They just signaled for Virgil to go to talk to Mailer because Ossenmacher isn't ready yet, and I think they want him to come into the game right now. So Ozzie goes to the mound to talk to Mailer. It's an 8-5 game, and now Gary Darling comes out to speed things along, and here comes Nixon, and that'll be all for Mailer. And Paul Ossenmacher will come into the game, and he has a ton of saves this year, or rather appearances this year. This will be his 54th. He leads the league. I'm assuming that he's the guy that's coming in. That's the way it is. Paul Ossenmacher will pitch to Mike Aldrete, and we'll be back right after that.
This relief break is brought to you by Pepto-Bismol, because the pitcher isn't the only one at this ball game who needs some relief.
Were you surprised?
Surprised to turn 40? No.
I meant the...
But before we can get to that Braves-Giants game tomorrow, we got to finish off tonight's game. It's an 8-4 ball game, or rather an 8-5 ball game, with a runner at first and 1 out. Well, we want to wish a happy birthday to Katie Benedict, Bruce's little girl. She's celebrating number 6 tonight. Joshua Carey goes for number 7 tomorrow.
Wow. You got to introduce him. You know?
Yeah,
Those two.
I always heard the theory. Always try to fall in love with one. Just easy to fall in love with a rich one as a poor one. Here's Aldretti. He is 2 out of 3, 2 singles, 2 RBI. Assenmacher leads the league in appearances, and he goes to work here. Mailer went 7 1/3, 8 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts. One of the runs against him unearned. The pitch. It's low. 1 ball, no strikes. Jose Alvarez now joins Baber in the Atlanta bullpen. Giants trying to scramble off the deck here as they start a big 11-game trip. Curveball just missed. 2 balls, no strikes. See, Aldretti does all right against left-hander. He's a good, solid hitter. He doesn't have a whole lot of power ordinarily. Curve 3-0. A walk brings the tying run to the plate, and it's a right-hand hitter with power, Candy Maldonado.
Might see a right-handed relief pitcher if he walks him.
On the corner, it's 3-1. Bill Fahey, the third base coach, Dusty Baker at first. Aldretti checks out Fahey. A little tap. Perry in, up, pitcher covers. He is out. Runner at second, 2 down. And Maldonado is the batter. And Russ Nixon is apparently going to stay with Paul Assenmacher.
Yeah, I think if Aldretti had walked and Maldonado's a tying run, he would have gone to a right-hander.
Bob Melvin moves on deck, but there are 2 out in the inning. If Assenmacher can get out of it here, he'll face the lower end in the 9th. He and Virgil have an awful time getting together. Maldonado gets tired of it, steps out. Now we're ready. The right-hand hitter waits. Downstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. Maldonado has bounced to third, singled, bounced to third again. Let up is in there, and it's 1-1. He got it up in the strike zone, but he changed speeds, and Maldonado could only watch it go by. A ball and a strike. The right-hand hitter waits. They play him straight away in the outfield. Just missed for the fastball. Virgil thought he had a strike. It's 2-1. 8-5 Atlanta. The Giants trying to rally here in the 8th. They've put 2 up there and have another runner in scoring position. Low again. For the second straight hitter, he's gone 3-1. He got out of it with Aldretti. Let's see what happens with Maldonado. Assenmacher steps back off the mound. Now he wants Virgil to go through the signs again. The 3-1 pitch. Lined into center field. On comes Blocker, and the inning is over. Maldonado hit it hard, but out. The Giants scored 2 runs, 1 of them unearned. They do it on 2 hits, 1 air, 1 left. Ozzie Virgil will lead off the Atlanta 8th inning. It will be Virgil, Blocker, and Ossenbacher for Atlanta. Skip Ellison, our director tonight. Glenn Diamond is our... What would you call Glenn?
Casper,
Spuds,
the friendly ghost.
producer, writer, bon vivant,
Goodwill ambassador.
and has never picked up a check in his life. Virgil is 2 for 3. Glenn went to San Diego State University, where it's quite obvious he studied basket weaving because... Well, never mind. 8-5 Atlanta. Virgil leads it off. Ron Davis in his second inning of work, and he throws a strike. It's 0-1. Davis out of Houston, Texas. Good live fastball. It's 0-2. Whoa, it hit him. Got him on the hand, I think, on the left hand.
An 0-2 pitch. He tried to jam him, and it ran right in. And Virgil will be at first base, and Dave Pursley out to see if he can handle this. Watch this ball take off inside. The count, no balls, 2 strikes. And he just didn't have a chance. Russ Nixon out too. See him striding in and couldn't move. I believe he's going to hang tough. We want to say hi to Don Ricketson down in Orlando, Florida. Hasn't been feeling well. We hope that he's feeling better today. Virgil hit by a pitch.
And Terry Blocker, the batter, he could use himself a hit. Blocker 0 for 3.
Well, is Dad all excited about next Monday night at Wrigley?
I haven't talked to him recently, but
First night game in Wrigley. He'll feel
probably upset
history.
about it. Cut down on business at the restaurant.
Yeah.
Pitch to Blocker outside. 1 ball, no strikes. We don't have a night game when we go up there, do we?
I don't believe. I think they're going to have about, on a regular basis, maybe 16 to 18 a year. But this year, I don't know how many they're going to have.
8, I think.
Yeah.
Fastball outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Blocker is down to 161. He hasn't played that much, but that's got to wear on you a little bit. Billy and I were talking earlier as Craig Lefferts heats up in the bullpen. Blocker's got his chance. He's in there every day. Fast strike. It's 2-1.
He's hit the ball hard today. Nothing to show for it.
He was sort of jammed up in the Mets farm system. Had a terrible year this year, though he has hit well in AAA before. Now he's got a shot to make an impression for next year.
Most times, that's all a guy wants is a chance.
3 balls and a strike. Virgil at first, nobody out. Ron Davis 46 and 52 overall in his major league career. Tapped foul, full count. He has 130 major league saves. He has never started a major league game. The game will continue as soon as the music stops. Blocker out of the box, and now the 3-2 pitch will be made. Joel Youngblood limbering up in the bullpen along with Lefferts. Youngblood, a utility man. Fly ball left field again. Third time tonight Terry has flied to left. So one is out, and Paul Assenmacher hits for himself, which is somewhat unusual.
He'd probably bunt. They've played Blocker perfectly over near the line and left.
Assenmacher is 1 for 2, and that was a double.
Has to be a pretty good bunt to get Virgil to second base.
He bunts a pop foul back into the seats, 0-1. Ronnie Gant is on deck. Davis and Clark talking over. Ron Davis, the 4th pitcher used by the Giants tonight. Don Robinson started. Roger Samuels, Jeff Brantley followed him. The stretch. Throw to first, but Virgil is securely planted on the bag. Bunt, foul again. Nobody can get it.
He's thrown him a couple of pitches up, and those are difficult pitches to bunt. Usually pop them up.
Davis in his second inning of work. Again, Clark and Davis talking over. Davis has been with the Yankees, Minnesota, the Cubs, the Dodgers. And now the Giants. The 0-2, he gets the bunt down. Mitchell goes to first. Thompson covers, 2 down. Assenmacher does his job, the 5-4 sacrifice. And here's Gant, who's had a good night. He's 2 out of 3. He has scored 3 runs. He's driven 1 in, and he's stolen a base.
They're fuming at Yankee Stadium. The Twins now lead the Yankees in the second game after winning the first 7-5. They now lead in the second game 9-2. Going to the 6th inning.
And Billy might be back tomorrow.
And at Pittsburgh, they're in the 9th with the Mets leading the Pirates 3-2.
Boy, they have played some great games in the last week, haven't they?
And Keith Hernandez is back with a 2-run homer. Yeah, they were playing under 500 ball when he was on a disabled list. He's back. He's at a 2-run homer tonight, and they lead 3-2 in the 9th.
He's a tough hombre. Virgil at second. Gant corks it to deep center field. Right center. Butler is back. He's there, shy of the track. Nothing doing in the 8th for Atlanta. No hits, no runs, no errors. The Braves leave 1. They've left 5 tonight. Go to the 9th. Atlanta leads it 8-5. We go to the 9th inning here. With the Braves on top 8-5, Bob Melvin will lead it off, then Chris Spire. And then a pinch hitter for Ron Davis.
Skipping that ball game at Detroit. They run into a rain delay. The Red Sox and the Tigers are 1-1 in the 5th. And they have another game to play.
Wow. Better them than us.
Yeah.
Although I would much prefer being in
their position in the league.
Yeah, either of those teams.
Yes.
And I bet they have a mob for that twin bill as well.
Oh, boy.
Melvin is 0 for 3. He's flied to center twice, once deep, and he's bounced to third. Royster made a good play and threw him out on a swinging bunt. Assenmacher does qualify for a save here if he can get him out. Right under the chin of Melvin. 1 ball, no strikes. You wonder if that's a return the compliment for the pitch that hit Virgil. In fact, you'd almost guess that it was. His control isn't often that bad. But up is high and outside, 2-0. Three and 0. The last thing Atlanta wants is to give them base runners. But that's what they get. And an inauspicious start to the 9th inning. Melvin walks on 4 straight. Here's Spire. Alvarez will go to work in a hurry here. And Joe Baver will join him.
And Youngblood is out. The on-deck circle for the Gents.
Spire bats for the first time tonight. He took over for Uribe a couple of innings ago. Uribe has been under the weather with a flu, and they feel his eating habits have not been good since the tragic loss of his wife 6 weeks or so ago. He's missed with 5 straight, and again it was high. 1 ball, no strike. You see the numbers on the veteran Chris Spire. High again.
I've had managers, Skip, come out in a situation like this. Perry's going over to talk to Ossenmacher. I've had managers come out.
Here he comes.
And here he comes, and he's going to tell Ossenmacher, I don't care if he hits it in the blue seats. Don't walk him. You walk him, you get the tying run at the plate.
This is not going to be a pleasant little chat.
He's taking him.
And he is really upset. I don't know if Ossenmacher is hurt or what. But he's history for this game, and no save is forthcoming for him. And it's Joe Baver who gets the call. He hasn't thrown very much down there, but he did throw extensively earlier in the game, and Nixon is really steamed.
Yes, sir. The smoke coming out of his ears. Anything a manager hates is in a game like this that you put people on with a walk, and he is furious.
And we'll be back right after this.
Lon Davis loves what he does for Delta, and sometimes it loves him back.
Hi, boy.
So Joe Baver gets the call, and he inherits a 2-ball, no-strike count on Chris Spire. Ossenmacher is gone after 2/3 of an inning and a walk. Braves lead by 3. Baver's high. It's 3-0. And now he's low, and the tying run comes to the plate. Youngblood was to hit, but now Harry Spillman will come out. Harry Spillman pinch hit a homer against us out in San Francisco. He's got tremendous power, despite the fact that he has only the 1 home run this year. So Braves relief pitching has blown a tire here in the 9th. A couple of walks to bring the tying run to the plate. Spillman, a veteran who has never really had a chance to play every day. He's been with Houston, the Reds, the Giants. The line on Ossenmacher, 2/3 of an inning, 2 walks. Those runners are his responsibility. The walk goes to him. On the 2-0 pitch, strike to Spillman, 0-2.
That's a palm ball that Baver has. He usually just throws a fastball or a palm ball.
Stocky right-hander out of St. Louis. The left-hand hitter waits. Pop foul back and out of play. Count stays the same.
Awfully good swing on an 0-2 pitch. He might get a palm ball right in the dirt now. At least low.
That would
with
be
an
all right.
0-2
Be all right
count.
with me.
Yeah.
He got one that hung high and outside. A ball and 2 strikes. I liked it better when it was 8-2.
You're not alone.
Nowhere near. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He is trying to get that palm ball over, but the last place he wants it is high, and he's missed up there twice.
How about a triple play and we're out of here? It was 0-2. Now it's 3-2. He's missed with 3 straight palm balls, all high.
This guy's a fastball hitter.
He popped him up. Infield fly rule is in effect. There's the first out of the inning. Andres Thomas. Well, there's the first one. Here's Brett Butler. He hit one right out of here in the first against Mailer.
That big out should relax Baber a bit. He gave him a fastball down around the knees, and Spillman upset with himself because that's his pitch.
Butler is 1 for 4. He has scored 2 runs. He homered in the first, reached on an error, scored an inning ago. Robbie Thompson follows him in the order. He can't throw the palm ball over the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. And he's getting it up, and that's not where he wants it. Braves trying to leave it to Baber here in the 9th. Just missed high, 2-0. In this inning, Braves pitchers haven't been ahead of a hitter yet, and all that does is increase the odds of something bad happening if you're on defense. There's a strike at the knees on the inside edge. 2-1. Tying run at the plate. It's 8-5 Atlanta in the 9th. Popped him up. Infield fly rule again is in effect. Two out. And Robbie Thompson is the last hope for the Giants. Baber's outpitch normally is palm ball, but he's getting them with fastballs tonight.
2 in a row, both down around the knees.
So Thompson stands in. Threw the fastball right by him. 0-1. Baber is yet to record a major league save. He's 1 out away from changing that. Palm ball high again. 1-1. Peter Smith and Atlee Hammaker tomorrow night, but this one's still in doubt. Inside with the palm ball. 2 balls and a strike. If you're Robbie Thompson now, you got to look for a fastball, don't you?
Yep.
And guess who's next?
See him tomorrow.
Will the Thrill. Up the middle. Good play by Baber. He's got his first major league save, and the Braves win it. Baber came in and got him 1, 2, 3. His first major league save. Rick Mailer celebrates his 35th birthday with a win. Totals and highlights after this. Win, win, win. 2 in a row, and Ernie has the total.
All right, the Braves 8 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. The Giants 5, 8, and 1. San Francisco stranded 6. The Braves 5. Mailer wins it. He's 9 and 10. Robinson and Luther 3 and 2. Joe Baber picks up his first save. Congratulations, Joseph. The game winner goes to Perry, his 6th. A couple of home runs hit. Butler hit number 4 on the first pitch in the first inning. And Andres Thomas hit a 2-out, 3-run home run, his 12th in the third.
And the proud new Papa, Craig Sager, has had a couple of days off. We can't have that, so we put him back to work with the Inside Baseball Report. That comes along next on TBS. He'll keep you up to date on all those American League 29ers and the Mets and Pirates and all the other baseball news of the day. And he will be followed by the Beverly Hillbillies. For our TBS crew, for Ernie Johnson, Pete Van Weer, and Billy Sample, Skip Carey from the ballpark. Braves win at 8-5. So long, everybody.